Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves who are all on this journey to love, to reunite with our twins back in this lifetime. And I share messages that come through from Spirit, from what happens with my twin flame journey, and also healings and readings that I do for people, and also channeled letters where I tap into the energy of your twin. I write everything down that I hear, and then I send it to you on a photo. And then I compile these books to help others, which are like an oracle. So if you need to get a message from your twin, it's an amazing way of tapping into the energy. So I said a few days ago that my twin contacted me on Christmas Day or Boxing Day. Anyway, and I also said that I couldn't see him because he's still in a relationship. So my boundary is that I can't meet up with him in person if he's still in a relationship, because it, disrespectful to who he's with, and I can't handle it because I can't, it's just, I personally can't deal with knowing that when we leave each other, then he goes home to someone else, because it's too painful. And so I basically have had to, so this is the third time this has happened over like a series, so over about 5 years, 6 years. So when we first went into separation, I said that I can't see him anymore. And then when we got back in contact again, it turned out that I was making lamps, he was making shades, which, kind of, which is, again, when you realise there's something going on in this wonderful universe. And then the second time it happened was about 3 years ago. And both the first times the first and second time that I said that I needed to not see him because it's too painful, what happened was that he was very, very angry. And his reaction was very angry. Whereas this time, when I said, listen, I can't see you because of this, it's too painful. It's not that I don't want to, it's just that, my feelings for you are so strong, and therefore it's really difficult to know that you go, we have this amazing time, and then you go home to someone else. And I just said, I'm just not willing to do that anymore. I'll put myself through that. And so obviously it's like, basically, it's not cut. So somebody made a comment on my video to say I would never cut my twin off. But of course it's not cutting them off, because you're telling that, that is setting a boundary to say, I can't see you because I'm in love with you. And therefore it's not right, because you're, and again, everyone's situation is very individual. And it is really down to your own personal guidance as what you should follow for your situation. So I would never make a sweeping statement that everyone should do this. I mean, this is entirely up to you, your guidance. You follow your story, you follow your journey. But obviously by sharing what happens with me, it may trigger, it might help someone else. But the interesting thing is, this time, when I said it, his reaction was totally different. So this time he was like, can't we talk about this, please? And he was like, I do understand, of course I understand, and it makes me feel really sad, but can't we talk about it? And so the reaction is completely different to what it was before, because before it was very defensive and very angry and being annoyed at me for doing it, whereas this time it's much more compassionate. So I just thought I'd share that, because I found it quite a marked difference in his reaction. Of course, this has happened 3 times over the last 6 years, but each time the reaction has been sort of different. So yeah, so we'll see, we'll see. But so the letters that were the way that the universe works, right? The day that I did that, the movie in the evening that was on the TV was Eddie the Eagle. Now, Eddie the Eagle is a true story about this guy from the UK who wanted to be a ski jumper, or he wanted to be in the Olympics. And he wanted to be in the Olympics so much, and he was the son of a plasterer. And he had no money or anything, but he just really wanted to be in the Olympics. So as a child, he went into all these different sports to try and get to the Olympic team. And then he finally decided that he was going to be a ski jumper. And so he did this. And so he was so brave. And he basically went and learned how to ski jump. And it's such an inspiring film because it just shows, you know, never let go of your dream and always keep on going, and that anything is possible. Now, this is one of the very few films that my twin and I have spoken about. So when it came on that evening that I'd also cut off from him, well, I hadn't cut him off. I just said, listen, I can't see you. Right, it's different. I'm like, look, if you want to contact me, it's totally cool. I'm just saying that I can't meet up with you for all of the reasons, right? And he's like, no, I understand, but can't we talk about this? And da-da-da. Anyway, so, and so then this film came on in the evening. And the other thing is that there are so many messages in this film. I would highly recommend you watch it because it's really inspirational and really makes you think, yeah, anything can be done and anything is possible. So it is Eddie the Eagle. And basically he manages to get through to the Olympics in the end. And it's a beautiful story of like companionship, and his trainer, who is Hugh, what's his name? Anyway, the trainer, I can't think of his name, but the trainer guy is really fit in it. And that was another thing. So that there's so many messages in this film. So anyway, he's dealing with his own battles. He's dealing with addiction issues and da-da-da. But through each other's relationship, they come forward. And, you know, it's just it's just really inspiring. Anyway, enough of that blabble. So the big thing is, though, in that film, the first two people the numbers that have prominently come through are numbers 24 and 49. So I'm going to read 24 and 49 from the books because that's the message that wants to come through. So it is. 24 is this. Oh, wow. You are on my mind all of the time. A crazy amount. I keep walking through scenarios in my head, like make-believing our life together. What if we moved into my place together? All of these thoughts going through my head continuously. You just need to know that the plan is formulating. The pieces are coming together. You don't need to worry. The choices are all you. All roads lead to love. All roads lead to you. I know this is where my heart is leading me. Our hearts together are leading us both home. Remember, remember, remember. We have this. Love is us. Okay, so again, really strong message to say in the end. All choices will lead to you. Don't worry about it. So letter 49 is, chill, baby. Don't let this get you stressed out. I know that's an easy thing to say and not so easy to do, but let me help you. I want you to know that you are my world, my universe. All the planets revolve around you. For me, there is only you that makes my heart explode and makes my body implode with desire. So never forget that. Number 2, I'm trying my best to get my shit together so I can come back together to you. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie, it's been a tad rocky waters, and I feel I've gone through the mill. But I know that it's worth it because I had to get my way back to you, and I know that that is what I had to do to find my way back. Number 3, I want you to know that I absolutely adore you, love you, desire you, cherish you, and want to spend every minute with you forever. Believe in me and believe in our love. Okay, so 24 from book 2. You are a radiant beauty. You radiate and emanate love out of every part of you. Every pore of your body breathes your souls, and I am just so ready to breathe all of you in. I want our souls to drown in each other's bodies, to experience the bliss of having our souls back together and able to touch each other through these physical bodies that we have chosen to gain the most pleasure out of this experience. Believe me when I say we chose all of it, all of us, exactly how we look, what our union will look like, what our life will be like together. You must understand we chose our destiny. Our destiny is written in our hearts, and we are finding our way back to each other through our hearts. Right, so that's why I can see, especially in my case, again, every single case is individual. Take, you know, basically always know that your own guidance is best for you. But for me, because it's, you know, these situations come up with my twin, and because the situations come up, it forces me to be completely honest and open about my feelings. And it's done in such a loving way that, you know, I can see why it has to happen as well. I absolutely can see why it has to happen. And whereas before I was so hurt and so kind of like desperate, whereas now I'm like, no, I understand it. I understand why this situation has come up again, for me to just like clarify my truth, my feelings, my heart, and do it in a really loving way. And so, of course, because there is none of that kind of angst and desperation and all that sort of stuff, that's why I can see his reaction is so different, you know. So I can see that your energy, you know, what's happening is that both of us, and for you as well, is that it means that because you're living much more open-hearted, it does mirror in them as well. Much more soft, much more caring, much more compassionate. So letter 49. You're a pure angel delight to me, an angel and a ray of beamingly beautiful yellow sunshine. The air in the lungs that I breathe you in. I feel your energy flowing around my body, intermingling with my soul, making me tingle inside, tingle with the pure ecstasy of anticipating what our beautiful lovemaking will do to transform our bodies, transform our lives, transform our souls into an elevated state of eternal bliss, joy, and the ultimate satisfaction, reaching the point of ultimate knowing and enlightenment. That is what you mean to me. Oh my God, that is crazy in sync with something that I actually sent my twin. So amazing. Okay, so 24. All of your thoughts, feelings are my thoughts and feelings. Think of our energy like a seesaw. When we are both feeling at peace and living in our hearts, then we are both balancing equally on the seesaw. But when we let fear and doubts creep in, we send each other up and down. Always think of the seesaw and know that to keep us in balance, to keep us on our union trail, then keep focusing and living in your heart. Our hearts are our home. Our hearts are our map back to our home. Okay, again, everything that I felt. There is this sense of being in balance, because if you're living with an open heart and just saying it as it is and doing that tenderly and with compassion, then, you know, basically you get what you put out, right? So letter 49. I want things to just happen. I wish that we were already living together, already in a relationship. I wish that we could just skip the scary part of getting together, moving in together, being in each other's family networks. I just want it all to be done. I want us to start our life together, and it's driving me crazy that I'm stopping myself because I'm fearful. I'm scared of taking the steps to make it happen. I've got to. I know that I do, because I know our life together, which is why I just want to fast forward and be there now. So it's interesting it says about fear in that, because my twin also said, I'm afraid. And so it is, again, about the more that you stand in your truth, the more that you are vulnerable. It's about you get courage from being vulnerable and putting your heart on the line, basically. And it's just because you know that you're doing it because you're following your truth. And therefore that kind of like, well, definitely what I felt, I was like, I just know that we have to go, this is just part of the process. And so because of that, it draws you closer, because you just realise it's all part of the process, you know, that Mochiba song. It's all part of the process. So you just have to trust. But the biggest thing is, it is you and your guidance. No one else can tell you, right? So it's not like a one-size-fits-all. You have to trust in your journey, in your truth, what feels right for you. All right, I hope that helps. Take care. Bye.